Welcome to our YouTube video on North Korea, a closed authoritarian regime under the control of its supreme leader, Kim Jong-un. This country is known as one of the most headache-inducing nations, especially due to its possession of nuclear weapons and a powerful military force. While it's difficult to directly assess and determine the stability of Kim Jong-un's ruling position, the regime's grip on domestic and international governance remains strong. However, despite the economic sanctions imposed on North Korea for over a decade, the country's market economy has shown surprising resilience. The prolonged economic sanctions, lasting more than 10 years, have not kept the great successor, Kim Jong-un, from advancing the nation's economic strength. But as the story goes, the North Korean regime's military power has only grown stronger, both internally and externally. The United Nations, through comprehensive economic sanctions, has actively sought to curb North Korea's military ambitions since implementing full-scale economic sanctions. But why, after 16 years, does poverty still persist in North Korea? Does it really possess the economic prowess of a developed nation? Before we delve into these questions, let's take a look back at the international community's efforts to address the North Korean issue. In 2006, when North Korea conducted its first nuclear test, the United Nations established the Sanctions Committee on North Korea, aiming to halt their continued pursuit of weapons of mass destruction. The United Nations demanded that all countries cease exporting certain goods, including food and agricultural products, to North Korea. However, these measures did not prevent North Korea from conducting subsequent nuclear tests in 2009, 2013, and 2016. Over time, the United Nations gradually strengthened the sanctions, including a comprehensive arms embargo and granting member states the right to seize and detain North Korean military-related items. In the financial sector, North Korea was directly expelled from the international financial system, leading to a significant depreciation of its currency and a reduction of at least $11 billion in annual foreign exchange earnings. The annual export profits also decreased by one-third, impacting the country's crucial industries such as coal and iron ore, which were heavily reliant on trade with China, the United States, Japan, and the European Union. Moreover, economic powerhouses such as the United States, Japan, South Korea, and the European Union implemented their own targeted sanctions, including bans on bilateral trade, restrictions on overseas assets, and limitations on investment activities. These measures have had a far-reaching impact on various financial activities, widening the scope of their influence. Yet, despite these extensive economic sanctions, the North Korean military regime remains unscathed. Its focus on large-scale, lethal weaponry remains unparalleled. In the international community, the monthly new city policies of residential housing are like the weather, fickle and unpredictable. Only a gun barrel remains loyal to itself. Currently, it seems that North Korea's economy is in a mess. After being highly valued as a guest nation, it has been overshadowed by other countries. North Korea, the adult country gone mad. During the mid-1970s, it was on par with Japan as one of the two major industrial countries in Asia. This achievement was mainly attributed to the economic assistance from the Soviet Union-led Economic Commission for Asia. However, in the late 1980s, the collapse of the planned economy system and the diminishing resource supply, coupled with natural disasters the following year, rapidly worsened North Korea's economy. In the 21st century, this communist country located on the Korean peninsula has experienced a series of setbacks in overall economic and living conditions. According to the statistics from the United Nations Children's Fund, 1/4 of North Korea's population, equivalent to 6 million people, is in a state of hunger. Nearly 1 million people, mostly children under the age of 5, are malnourished. The poor performance of the overall economy, coupled with climate issues, has made it easy for North Korea to face crises. Although North Korea is a diamond communist country, life there is far from the peaceful image it portrays. The wealth gap between the privileged and the ordinary people is extremely large, perhaps comparable to other capitalist powers. In the capital city of Pyongyang, many wealthy elites can spend money as they please. However, for most people outside the capital, it is not easy to have a decent meal on their tables. The main diet consists of grains and vegetables, with seafood and meat being scarce. According to a report released by the Bank of Korea, under the continued sanctions from the United Nations and the triple blow of the pandemic, closed borders, and natural disasters, North Korea's economy contracted by 4.5% in 2020. The real GDP was only 31.4 trillion Korean won, and the per capita annual income of North Koreans was only 1.4 million Korean won. Many experts believe that the true situation in North Korea is even worse than the above figures suggest. Faced with external sanctions and internal economic hardships, the North Korean regime also had to deal with earthquakes and urban land issues. In the 16th National Congress of the Workers' Party, Kim Jong-un ordered the implementation of a 5-year national economic development plan, hoping to stimulate the country's economic growth. However, the plan completely failed, and the set goals were not achieved. The people of North Korea continue to struggle in difficult circumstances. Despite the economy being in dire straits, the country's coffers seem to have an endless supply of funds to support the development of nuclear weapons. The reason behind this phenomenon is likely attributed to China, North Korea's largest trading partner. While other countries have complied with agreements and imposed economic sanctions, China has been North Korea's largest trading partner and export destination for over many years. China accounts for over 1/3 of North Korea's total exports. China also provides food and energy resources. It seems that without China, North Korea's fate would be drastically different. North Korea's second major source of funds comes from exporting labor. As the most closed economy in the world, North Korea has been finding ways to exploit its estimated citizenry. Thousands of North Korean workers have been forcibly sent to China, Russia, and other countries, primarily in labor-intensive industries such as mining, forestry, and construction. The labor-intensive industries provide a means for the regime to earn foreign currency, with reports suggesting that up to 70% of their wages are confiscated by the government as a form of loyalty tax. For North Korea, foreign currencies, such as the legendary US dollar or the mighty euro, often prove more valuable in the weapons and materials market than their own national currency. These currencies frequently change hands and leave behind intriguing tales of their use in developing cutting-edge military equipment, all aimed at solidifying the Kim dynasty's grip on power. One of North Korea's notable tactics is its focus on cyber attacks, particularly targeting encrypted currency exchanges. According to a United Nations report, North Korea continues to target financial institutions, cryptocurrency companies, and exchanges, amassing significant illegal wealth. The report reveals that state-sponsored hacking groups from North Korea have profited over $50 million from at least 3 cryptocurrency exchanges in North America, Europe, and Asia over the past 2 years. The Lazarus Group, a notorious hacking organization affiliated with the North Korean government, has been at the forefront of these illicit activities. They possess the expertise to manipulate thousands of dummy accounts through a series of complex transactions, effectively evading detection and achieving their ultimate goal of money laundering. It's clear that the North Korean government has strategically invested extensive resources into training hackers and building a sophisticated network to fund its military research and development. Although North Korea faces widespread sanctions from most countries worldwide, the support it receives from countries like China has allowed it to maintain a minimum standard of living. However, this situation creates a dilemma, as North Korea operates as a nation that has already faced extensive international sanctions. Therefore, it's nearly impossible for any individual or entity to intervene and advocate for justice. As we conclude this discussion, it becomes evident why North Korea refuses to abandon its pursuit of powerful currencies and its ties with illicit activities. The circumstances surrounding this country, which has faced extensive international sanctions, leave no room for intervention or justice. We hope that this video has shed some light on this intriguing topic. If you found this topic interesting, please leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.